Hello and welcome to this video series. My name is Anemona Crisan and I'm a visual artist based in Vienna, in Austria. In this video series, I'm talking about the topic of light and darkness. I've explored this topic a lot in my artwork starting from 2015. And in this series, I'm explaining the ideas that I explored and expressed in my art. And I want to invite you to let these artworks speak to you, open up. It's an invitation to be courageous and curious about your own inner world, about your own universe within that is dark. And during my exploration of the darkness and the light and the interplay and the dance and conflict between the two, or at least what we perceive as conflict, because actually it's a co-creation. You cannot see the light without the darkness and vice versa. So during this exploration in my art, I found out different aspects that are not only interesting in terms of art, visual art, but also in a philosophical, metaphysical way, and which I think can inspire you in this moment to feel into these phenomena and not only see light and darkness as something separated that fights each other, but rather some two elements, two forces that co-create reality that are within you, that are two parts of you that you can see and use to create your world, yourself, to become your authentic self. And once we recognize that these two things are actually light and darkness, are not something that is negative or positive, but rather complementary forces, we can transform this conflict and emerge out of this darkness like the phoenix out of their ashes and start a new cycle, empowered by the transmutation of this conflict, and by using both forces for ourselves. So there is a transcendence that can happen here, and I feel that this is the right time of the year, at least for the Northern Hemisphere, to go into this process of transformation. It's not about leaving the dark into the light or vice versa. It's about dancing with the two, letting them dance and co-create. So in today's video, I'm going to show you this work. Infinity. This is a diptych from 2015. It's a two-part work. And as I've already explained in my previous videos, this work is about me looking for myself within the darkness, asking myself, where am I in the dark space? And there was this interest in feeling into the darkness, feeling to this black surface, and letting something emerge out of it that is like a mirror for myself, that talks to me, that describes something within me that was unseen before. Because the darkness, as I've already explained in my previous videos, darkness to me, in these works, and in general, is not a void. Actually, it's quite the opposite. And we bring things into the light out of the darkness. and make them visible. But they were there before. We just couldn't see them. In this work I called Infinity, as I said, we can already see that there is this shape of the infinity sign, and we see two heads, abstract forms, but still there is this head shape leitmotif in my work, as I've explained many times. And in these works I wanted to use the head shape because I was looking for myself in this darkness, okay? Attempting to connect to the darkness. So these are two heads that are mirroring each other. Just think about a surface, a mirror where you look at yourself and you are mirroring each other. And there is also a connection between the two that is interrupted through this split here. And what we can see is two qualities of the two heads. Okay? This head is like a spindle. It looks like a movement, an ordered, regular movement. And this one is just quite the opposite. It's chaos. It's just entangled within itself. And we don't clearly see which way this movement goes. Is it everything becoming order, or is the order becoming chaotic? So there is a push and pull between the two, and actually it's a constant dance between order and chaos, just like between light and dark. So what we can see in this work is that the duality, the subject of duality comes in, and there begins the dance between polarities, between order and chaos, between male and female maybe, between me and you, between me and me, because it could be also two qualities that I find within myself. Sometimes we feel we are structured in order, and sometimes we're chaotic. We don't know what we feel. We are just all over the place, right? So there is these states of being that are also reflected in this polarity. Could be also like this left and right brain hemisphere. The one is more rational, the left one, and the other one is emotional. So again, two qualities, two states of being that we all know, just like the light and the darkness that we also know. So I invite you to have a longer look at this work. I will leave it here for you at the end of the video, just to have your time to meditate and contemplate on this work and to feel into the polarity within you, into the order and chaos within you, to maybe ask yourself, is there a connection between the two? Can these two phenomena, chaos and order, actually interact, co-create, or is there a split, a cut between the two? Am I wanting to be only this or that? Or am I acknowledging that I'm both? Am I playing with the qualities of chaos and order? Am I going into the change, the constant change between the two? Because we know change is the only constant. So if we stick to one or the other, we get stuck. So it's about the dance. It's about going from one state to the other. Am I aware of the state in between where I'm changing from one to the other, from chaos to order, and from order to chaos, from light to the dark, and from darkness to the light, from one hemisphere to the other? Do I need to be aware of it? And what means awareness? Is this my rational mind that is aware? Is this a feeling? Is this something that I can put into words? I was not able to put all these phenomena into words, but nevertheless, they are part of this artwork, as they are part of many other artworks. And this is what is so precious and important about art, that it can express things, feelings, it can express, transmit, and activate things within us that cannot be expressed through words alone. So I want to thank you for staying with me until the end of this video. I invite you to stay a little bit longer and meditate and contemplate this work if you like. Also visit my website where you can dive deeper into this kind of works. And I will see you in the next video on the topic of light and darkness. See you soon and bye.